In the vast, frigid expanse of the Arctic, where ice meets the churning sea, two notorious predators reign supreme. On one side, we have the killer whale, the ocean's apex predator, a master of the depths with intelligence to match its strength. On the other, the polar bear, the undisputed king of the frozen north, a powerful giant perfectly adapted to life on the ice. Both are true titans of the animal kingdom, embodiments of power, precision, and evolutionary perfection. In this primal clash of titans, where the line between land and sea blurs into a background of tooth and claw, which supreme hunter will emerge victorious and which will become the hunted? The polar bear, the undisputed king of the Arctic ice, scientifically known as the Ursus maritimus, or sea bear. These massive carnivores are built for life in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Polar bears evolved from brown bears about 150,000 years ago. This rapid evolution is a testament to the power of natural selection. In a relatively short time, these bears developed a suite of adaptations perfectly suited to life in the Arctic. Their thick white fur provides excellent camouflage in their snowy environment, allowing them to sneak up on unsuspecting prey. Each hair is a hollow, transparent tube that reflects light, giving the appearance of white. Beneath that fur is a layer of black skin that helps absorb and retain heat from the sun, and under that skin is a layer of blubber up to 4.5 inches thick. This blubber not only keeps them warm in frigid Arctic waters, but also provides energy when food is scarce. Polar bears are found across the northern polar region, including parts of the United States, Alaska, Canada, Russia, Greenland, and Norway. Their habitat of choice? Sea ice. It's their hunting ground, their highway, and sometimes even their nursery. Polar bears are so well adapted to life on the ice that they're considered marine mammals, spending much of their time in or around water. Polar bears are the largest land carnivore on Earth. Male polar bears can weigh up to 1,800 pounds and stand 10 feet tall when on their hind legs. Females are a bit smaller but still impressively large, weighing up to 1,000 pounds. Polar bears aren't just big, they're also surprisingly fast and agile. On land, they can sprint at speeds of up to 25 miles per hour for a short distance. In the water, they're strong swimmers, capable of covering more than 60 miles without taking a break. Their large, slightly webbed paws act like paddles, propelling them through the water with ease. Those paws aren't just for swimming, they're also perfectly adapted for walking on ice. Measuring up to 12 inches across, they distribute the bear's weight when walking on thin ice. The pads are covered in small soft bumps called papillae that provide extra traction on slippery surfaces. And those iconic sharp curved claws, they're like built-in ice picks, helping the bears climb out of the water onto the ice. The polar bear's sense of smell is incredibly powerful. They can detect a seal's breathing hole in the ice from up to 20 miles away. This incredible sense of smell is crucial for hunting in the vast Arctic landscape. Polar bears are the only bear species that are almost exclusively carnivorous. Their preferred prey? Seals, particularly ringed and bearded seals. The polar bear's typical hunting strategy is to wait patiently near a seal's breathing hole in the ice. When the unsuspecting seal pops up for air, the bear uses its powerful paws to snatch it out of the water. This hunting strategy requires immense patience. A polar bear might wait motionless by a breathing hole for hours or even days, but when they do catch a seal, it's a feast. An adult polar bear can consume up to 100 pounds of seal blubber in a single sitting. During the summer months, when the sea ice is scarce, polar bears may be forced onto land where they enter a state of walking hibernation. Their metabolism slows down and they live off their fat reserves. Some bears scavenge for food on land, eating everything from bird eggs to vegetation and even human garbage if it's available. Our oceanic contender, the killer whale, also known as the orca. These black and white giants aren't just big fish, they're actually the largest members of the dolphin family. Their scientific name, Orcinus orca, literally means demon from hell. Killer whales have been around for millions of years, evolving from land mammals that decide to take the plunge and never look back. About 50 million years ago, these ancient whale ancestors, likely similar to modern-day wolves or bears, began spending more and more time in shallow waters hunting for food. Over millions of years, they adapted to life in the ocean, developing stream-like bodies, powerful tails, and teeth sharp enough to make a great white shark think twice. Killer whales have a distinctive black and white correlation that's instantly recognizable. This isn't just for show, it's a form of camouflage called countershading. From above, their black backs blend in with the dark depths of the ocean. From below, their white bellies match the bright surface waters. This makes them harder for prey to spot, giving them a crucial advantage in the hunt. Despite being called killer whales, they're not typically dangerous to humans in the wild. It's other marine life that needs to watch out. These intelligent predators have been known to take on everything from fish to seals and even other whales much larger than themselves. Killer whales come in different ecotypes. There are resident killer whales, the homebodies who stick to one area and prefer a fishy diet, particularly salmon. These residents live in stable family groups called pods, which can include multiple generations. The strong family bonds in these pods are truly remarkable. Offspring often stay with their mothers for life. Then there are the transient killer whales, also known as big killer whales. These are the road trippers of the ocean, covering vast distances and hunting marine mammals like seals, sea lions, and even other whales. They travel in smaller, less stable groups and have developed stealthy hunting techniques to sneak up on their marine mammal prey. And let's not forget the mysterious offshore killer whales. These elusive creatures live far from the coast in the open ocean. They travel in large groups and have a diverse diet that includes fish and sharks. Some offshore killer whales have been found with shark teeth embedded in their jaws. Talk about a tough meal. These oceanic predators are found in all the world's oceans, from the icy waters of the poles to the balmy seas near the equator. They're like the world travelers of the marine world, adapting to different environments with ease. In the North Pacific, you might spot resident killer whales around Alaska and British Columbia, while transient roam the west coast from California to Alaska. Down in the southern hemisphere, they're found in the waters around Antarctica, South Africa, Australia, and New Zealand. Male killer whales are the heavyweight champions, growing up to 32 feet long and tipping the scales at a whopping 22,000 pounds. That's about the weight of 2 school buses. Females are generally smaller but still impressive, reaching lengths of up to 28 feet and weighing up to 16,500 pounds. These ocean speedsters can zip through the water at up to 34 miles per hour. That's faster than you're allowed to drive in most school zones. But it's not just about straight-line speed. Killer whales are incredibly agile, able to make quick turns and sudden stops that would make any human swimmer dizzy. Their powerful bodies are perfectly adapted for life in the water. A thick layer of blubber keeps them warm in cold waters and streamlines their shape. Their large tail flukes provide powerful propulsion, while their dorsal fins help them stay stable as they swim. Perhaps the most impressive feature of killer whales is their intelligence. These animals have large, complex brains and are known for their problem-solving abilities and social complexity. They use a variety of vocalization to communicate, including clicks for echolocation, whistles for close-range communication, and pulse calls that can travel for miles underwater. Each pod even has its own unique dialect, a sort of family language that helps members recognize each other. This intelligence translates into sophisticated hunting techniques. Killer whales have been observed creating waves to wash seals off ice floes, coordinating attacks on larger whales, and even beach themselves temporarily to grab seals on shore. They're one of the few animals known to pass on cultural behaviors, teaching hunting techniques and other skills to younger generations. Scenario 1. The open water arena. A lone polar bear, swimming between ice floes in search of seals, suddenly finds itself in the hunting grounds of a pod of killer whales. The stage is set for an aquatic battle royal. In the water, the killer whale has a clear advantage. It's like pitting a Formula One driver against a cyclist in a race. The killer whale's speed, agility, and sheer power in the water are unmatched. Our polar bear, despite being a strong swimmer, is as out of place as a fish on a bicycle. The killer whales, known for their coordinated hunting tactics, circle the bear like sharks. They've been observed creating waves to wash seals off ice floes, a tactic they might employ against our swimming bear. Imagine the chaos as these oceanic predators generate massive swells, attempting to disorientate and exhaust their furry foe. With their incredible speed, up to 34 miles per hour, the killer whales could easily outmaneuver the bear. They might take turns darting in from different angles, confusing their prey. The polar bear, paddling frantically, would struggle to keep track of its attackers. Polar bears are known for their stamina, capable of swimming for days at a time. This one might make a desperate break for the nearest ice floe, using all its strength to escape the deadly sea carousel. Killer whales have another trick up their sleeves. They've known to use their powerful tails to create underwater shockwaves, stunning their prey. Imagine the bear being bowled over by an underwater explosion, struggling to maintain its orientation as the whales close in. If the whales manage to get close, their powerful jaws and sharp teeth will be formidable weapons against even the toughest hide of a polar bear. One single bite could spell doom for our Arctic swimmer. In this watery arena, it's hard to see how the polar bear could emerge victorious. Unless it can reach an ice floe or the shore, the odds are stacked heavily in the favor of the killer whales. Scenario 2. The icy battlefield. A pod of killer whales, chasing a seal, suddenly find themselves trapped in a narrow inlet as the water quickly freezes around it. A hungry polar bear patrolling the ice spots the opportunity for an unusual meal. On solid ice, the tables turn dramatically. A killer whale on ice is about as graceful as a hippo on roller skates. Their streamlined bodies and powerful tails, so effective in the water, become useless liabilities on solid ground. The polar bear, with its massive paws and incredible strength, now has the upper hand. Those powerful claws used for gripping ice and tearing into prey would be devastating weapons against a beach whale. Imagine the bear standing tall on its hind legs, bringing its full weight and power down on the helpless whale. The killer whale's best defense in this scenario would be to create breathing holes in the ice and try to stay submerged as much as possible. But they can't stay under indefinitely. Each time they surface for air, they're risking a lightning-fast attack from the bear. Picture the bear playing a deadly game of whack-a-mole, dashing from hole to hole, trying to catch a whale as it surfaces. The whales, despite their intelligence, will be fighting against their very nature, ill-equipped for this icy battle. Polar bears are built to withstand the harsh Arctic environment. Their thick fur and layer of blubber allow them to endure freezing temperatures that would quickly sap the strength of the killer whales. In a prolonged encounter on ice, the polar bear's superior adaptation to the Arctic environment would give it a significant edge. The killer whale's only hope will be to break through the ice and escape back into open waters. But with a determined polar bear guarding the edge of the ice, even this retreat will be fraught with danger. In this frozen arena, the polar bear reigns supreme. The killer whales, master of the open ocean, would find themselves outmatched and out of their element. So who would win a battle between a polar bear and a killer whale? The answer, like nature itself, isn't simple. In the open water, the killer whale is an undisputed champion. Its speed, power, and hunting prowess in the ocean are unmatched. A polar bear, despite its swimming abilities, will be fighting a losing battle. But on the ice, the polar bear takes the crown. Its massive strength, powerful claws, and perfect adaptation to the frozen landscape, making an unbeatable foe for a beach killer whale. In the end, the true determinant of victory in this hypothetical battle isn't just the strength or skills of these animals, it's the battlefield itself. Each of these magnificent predators is a perfect killing machine in its own domain. The polar bear rules the ice with its iron paw, while the killer whale reigns supreme in the depths of the ocean. The story of these magnificent creatures serves as a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of our planet's ecosystem. The fate of the Arctic's top predators is inextricably linked to the health of our global environment. By working to protect these species and their habitats, we're not just saving individual animals, we're preserving entire ecosystems and the delicate balance of life on Earth. Remember, in the battle between land and sea, between bear and whale, the real winners are those who learn to coexist, adapt, and thrive in our ever-changing world. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to check out the next one, shown on screen.